Now to a major fight ahead of the 2024 election here in Wisconsin. Democrats are urging the Wisconsin Supreme Court to overturn Republican-drawn legislative maps. Darrielle has you covered on the crucial lawsuit before the justices in our battleground state.
A lot is at stake as the Wisconsin Supreme Court heard oral arguments in a high-profile redistricting lawsuit challenging the state's legislative maps. This could be a crucial shift in the balance of power for the Republican and Democratic parties. Republicans have maintained control of the state legislature for more than a decade.
Let me ask you a question.
I'm not done.
I'm
not done with my question.
I want to springboard off of something you said just to clarify, if I could.
Heated exchanges took place between the court's conservative justices and now liberal majority, some saying newly elected Justice Janet Protasewicz's addition to the bench prompted Democrats to bring the issue up again.
Everybody knows that the reason we're here is because there was a change in the membership of the court. You would not have brought this action, right, if the newest justice had lost her election.
A coalition of law firms and Democrats filed the lawsuit just a day after Protasewicz flipped the court from conservative control, arguing time was limited to raise concerns in the court's ruling not to redraw new districts in 2021.
The court's September 24th, 2021 order that granted the Johnson original action petition set an October 6th deadline for intervention in that case. That was well before the legislature introduced publicly its map. It was well before any party in the Johnson case submitted their map proposals, and it was months before this court ordered the legislature's map into place. There was no possible way the Clark petitioners could have known what their legal claims were.
Wisconsin's constitution grants the drawing of electoral districts to the state's legislature. Those maps must be approved by Governor Tony Evers. The latest census data showing population changes from existing maps left Evers and Republicans deadlocked over how new maps should be drawn. I spoke with Barry Burden, director of the Elections Research Center at UW-Madison, on what this meant for the future of elections in Wisconsin.
This is the latest in about 12 years of a saga that has run through the federal courts and the state courts. There's been litigation and animosity about the redistricting process in Wisconsin at least since 2011. This is sort of a last opportunity for those maps to be reconsidered. And if the justices decide that new maps are going to be implemented, it's an opportunity for a fairer set of maps to be put in place that would give Democrats, if not a shot at winning the legislature outright, at least an opportunity to be competitive or reflect their support in terms of voters across the state.
Justices brought up another concern. Will district maps be brought to the Supreme Court every time a new justice is elected? Burden said if changed, these districts are likely to remain in place through 2030.
The plaintiff's attorneys had a good defense in response to that, to say, look, these are new issues we're bringing that were not part of the Johnson legislation after the 2021 districts were implemented. So these are not issues the court has dealt with before. It seems unlikely that a new set of attorneys or plaintiffs could come up with a new set of issues every year or two and continue to come back to the court. So I think this probably is the last gasp for these existing districts, and whatever the court decides, we'll probably put something into place that will take us through the next census in 2030 and the districts that would be drawn after that.
There is a possibility that the court could reach a decision as early as the August 2024 primary. The court could potentially decide to replace those current maps or simply make adjustments. What role the court would play in the redistricting process and who would be responsible for drawing the maps still needs to be determined. But something interesting to point out, if the maps are thrown out, all 132 lawmakers may have to consider re-election next year.
That was Darrielle reporting. Darrielle, thank you.